The Cremator is a Czechoslovak film by director Juraj Herz from 1969 based on a short story of the same name by Ladislav Fuchs. It is a horror black comedy. The tone of each is classified as a follower of German expressionism films and Czech New Wave films. The main character of the film, Karel Kopfrkingl, portrayed by Rudolf Hrusinsky in an amazing performance, is an employee of the crematorium who really likes his job, which is also reflected in his relationships with his loved ones. The story takes place during the oncoming Nazi occupation, whose atmosphere is similarly unhappy. The film follows the psychological transformation of the protagonist. The film was shot in a Super 16mm film on the ratio 1:1.66 in black and white. It was first released in the cinemas in Czechoslovakia on March 14, 1969, but immediately after its premiere, it was placed in a vault and was not re-released until August 1st, 1990. So stick around, CINEMIN is gonna talk about this amazing film, The Cremator from 1969. Well, hello and welcome to my podcast. This is CINEMIN, the podcast for the fans of the Criterion collection, international films, art films, and of course American classics. Please enjoy my channel.
Říkali, že zničí Německo a sami se chopí moci. Ano, chopí moci. A ten zpěv byl tak měkký, tak žalostný. Říkali tedy, že pohřbí Německo. Říši! Ano.
So just to let you guys know, this is a Criterion collection, spy number 1023 that just came out this week. Is a 4K resolution of the film. Between the extra features of this film comes The Junk Shop from 1965, which is the first short film by director Juraj Herz. There is a short documentary from 2011 that the director revisits the film locations in Prague. New interview by Irena Kavaranova about the style of the film. Also, there is a documentary from 2017 about composer Zdeněk Liška. 1993 interview with actor Rudolf Hrusinsky. And the new cover design by La Moutique.
Poledne máme pauzu. Když je hezky, můžete se, pane Dvořák, nadýchat čerstvého vzduchu na hřbitově.
And this is Rudolf Hrusinsky, the main actor in The Cremator. I found this film disturbing and brilliant at the same time. As we start following, always under his point of view, we start getting introduced to his family and his life. We know that he's a director of a crematorium in Prague, and he's the man in charge in there. So he organizes every time somebody dies, he prepares the body, and he prepares the ceremony, the floor, everything. He takes care everything before cremation. Now, the problem with Karl is he has a fascination for death. He really likes death. He has some books in Buddhism, so he believes that when you cremate the body, you are liberating the souls before the cremation. So he finds himself being a kind of liberator and not necessarily a morbid presence on the death the way that he sees death, because he always talk about, he got excited when he talk about the rituals and everything about death, which makes the character even more interesting. Number one, because he gets the job already right there, and the year is 1933. That, of course, is Czechoslovakia is under getting influenced by the Nazi. They are just start arriving little by little in Czechoslovakia and changing the mindset of people like Karl. But because he had a taste for death, of course, when comes the Nazi, that taste start to get deeper, darker, and even he's got to start getting hallucinations in things that he does, in things that he sees, because he start really believing that the kind of role or liberator that he proclaims to be, it really is his destiny. With that understanding, of course, we're gonna have this guy deteriorating his state of mind, and that's what the movie basically is about. We see the psychological transformation of a kind of mellow guy, even give it or take it about his taste for the morbid part of death, but his mind, especially forged by the presence of the Nazis in town now, and it start getting darker and darker. In addition to the precise direction, the camera creates an expressive touch of the film by Stanislav Milota, who shot Rudolf Hrusinsky from unusual angles in great detail using special techniques such as, at the time almost unknown, the fish eye. The atmosphere is completed by resulting fast editing and interplay by Jaromír Janacek, together with the music by Zdeněk Liška. And actor Rudolf Hrusinsky, highly acclaimed acting in the role Kopfrkingl, whose monologues take up to 60% of the film's time, significantly contributes to the tone of the work. But it's brilliant. I strongly recommended this film. I got myself very excited about it when it came from the Criterion collection, because I know very little about the Czech New Wave Cinema. I watch very few films from Czechoslovakia. And another film that I do have, which is considered a classic by Czechoslovakia, another Academy Award winner for the best foreign language film, Closely Watched Trains. I have that film as well. One day you're gonna do a review in that film. But this film caught much more my attention due to the subject that's very unusual, and this actor that for me is really brilliant. Just to highlight a little bit about him, I was researching things about him because, you know, I don't know much about, again, Czechoslovakia film industry. I'm learning just about now. And I find out that his grandparents, his parents, himself, his sons, and now grandchildren, all actors.
Nebyla mrtvá. To by byla špatná myšlenka, pane Dvořák. Ta žena byla za mrtvou prohlášena. A v tom případě je naší povinností jí po obřadě spálit.
He is into it from scene one. I think it's very engaging when you start watching this film. Of course, highlighted in his performance totally. Our other actors are as good as him, but because he does more than 60% of the top part of the film, we see the film under his point of view, as I mentioned before, so it's always him. And but he makes, and the film is so well done that you don't feel depressed in any moment. You feel kind of contained, at the same time excited, if I try to translate that, because you want to follow up the storyline and you want to see what happens with him and with the characters in the film. For me, again, brilliant film, very different than all kind of movies that I watch. I recommend, and I don't think nobody would be necessarily disappointed with this film. I think most people will find qualities in the film, even if you don't like the storyline. I think you will. But in case you don't, you're gonna see qualities in this film, especially the editing, that is fantastic. It moves the story along. Music, cinematography, the direction, and Mr. Rudolf Hrusinsky's performance, that is really something to talk about.
These eyes will deceive you. They will destroy you. They will take from you your innocence, your pride, and eventually your soul. These are the eyes of a psychopath.
I hope you liked this review. My name is Daniel Nobri, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel in case you like what you see, and if you want to see even more. Put your likes in there, I truly appreciate. Thank you very much.